Hey there, folks, and welcome back to another market update episode. My name's Lucas Martin. I'm our business development manager, and this is a new segment where I pick the minds of our industry experts here at ARC Advisory Group. We'll learn about the scope of their research, growth inhibiting factors, growth drivers, get a better idea about the competitive landscape, and also any interesting facts they might have picked up along the way. Stick around to stay up to date with everything ARC. Hey there, folks, and welcome back to another episode. Today, I'm joined by Sid Snitkin, a senior analyst here at ARC Advisory Group that leads our cybersecurity team. Hey, Sid, thanks a lot for the time today. Can you just give the audience a good idea about the overall scope of our industrial cybersecurity market research?
Yeah. Good morning, Lucas. We've been studying cybersecurity for about 10 years at ARC, doing market research on it. We've been involved with cybersecurity longer than that, and one thing we've seen, in fact, and what we talked to about it, the way we describe it actually is we started out just focusing on OT cybersecurity because of the nature of our company. Mm-hmm. And that has grown to where we can now use the term industrial cybersecurity, which spans the IT, OT, IoT, mobile devices, and cloud, and everywhere there's apps and anything that affects operations. And in our current market research reports, we have different reports, a variety of them. And they cover things like endpoint protection, network security solutions, secure remote access and connectivity, cybersecurity management platforms, and cybersecurity services.
Excellent. So, Sid, obviously there's a lot of cybersecurity companies. It's a growing market. How would you say our coverage, our research is different than other cybersecurity research companies?
Ours is quite unique, actually, in that most companies, cybersecurity, well, let me preface this by just saying cybersecurity, the market is in the range of a couple $100 billion. So let's say $200 billion. And most of that is spent and it's used by everything from governments to colleges to any kind of activity, any kind of enterprise. And most of that cybersecurity is focused on information and protecting information and applications in enterprise systems. And when I look at other reports that I see on industrial cybersecurity, what the people are doing is they're simply taking the larger market and then they're saying, well, let's say that cybersecurity, industrial cybersecurity is 5% or 6% or 2% or whatever. And when you think about it, 1% is a couple $2 billion when you're talking about a market that big. Mm-hmm. We took a completely different approach because our company really is our origin is in facilities, in OT, in control systems, in operations. We came from, I'll say it's kind of like the bottom up, so I don't want to say it's from the bottom, but ours is really focused around operations. And what we did is we actually take all of the research we do in a whole variety of products, all the automation products and everything we do in applications. And we use that to kind of anchor our estimates of cybersecurity so that we really have good solid numbers that reflect what industrial companies are really interested in and where they're really doing their investments. And that's quite different, I think.
Absolutely. And thanks for the comprehensive answer there, Sid. I think it's obviously pretty important to distinguish, how our research is different in this area. So let me kind of flip this a little bit on you, Sid. What would you say these market reports say or show, for opportunities regarding companies that want to participate or penetrate some of the big market like you just talked about?
Well, certainly the first thing I'd say is that industrial cybersecurity is a good market. It's got some exceptional growth opportunities for suppliers of OT and IT cybersecurity products. And the best opportunities, just for those who are interested, I would say would be in network security products is a very hot topic today, security management platforms, security remote access and connectivity solutions, and cybersecurity services. But at the same time, let me just put in a caution here, and that is that these opportunities vary significantly by industry and region. So anybody who wants to enter the market really needs to understand where the opportunities are and focus their efforts on those sectors. And then the second thing is that success for anybody who tries to get in this market depends upon that company understanding the industrial market, understanding industrial needs and what the unique requirements are.
Absolutely. So, Sid, we've kind of talked about the overall size of the market, and obviously, so certain segments are growing faster than others. But what would you say are some of the main key factors that are either driving growth or inhibiting growth in this market?
Well, yeah, we actually, as I mentioned, we offer several different studies, and it's broken down for specific reasons, but they're all driven by the same kind of factors, I would say. And the major ones that are driving the market today is the fact that we're all seeing a lot of increased attacks on industrial operations. Manufacturing has become the highest target for ransomware attacks. And the reason is because the cost of downtime is so high. So that's a number one thing. And at the same time, we're seeing a lot more sophisticated attacks from nation states over in like Europe and things like that. Another big one is the fact that CISOs, because of the ransomware and everything, the CISOs have now been told you have to also take care of the OT cybersecurity, the security in the plants. And that is driving a lot of interest in different products and things like that. There's a lot of increased activity in the regulatory environment and compliance requirements.
Absolutely.
And there's a lot of new risks that are arising. As we all know, digital transformation is something we talk a lot about at ARC. And it's wonderful, but it's also creating new risks on a daily basis, just opening up new pathways. So those are the drivers. Those things are happening. The inhibitors are really the fact that there's economic slowdown in certain regions. That's affecting a lot of things. So a lot of people talk about pretty strong headwinds. Hopefully that'll go by in the next year or so. And then the other thing is, I'd just say a big thing in industrial cybersecurity is just the lack of people. And companies they just can't consume more products when they don't have people who can take advantage of those products and maintain them.
Absolutely. So Sid, I know you had kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, but can you maybe expand on it a little bit? How do you feel that, market reports produced by our cybersecurity team can help companies that want to enter this market? I know you talked about you really have to understand the market, the industrial side of things, but can you expand on that a little bit for me?
Well, I'd just say, our studies have two characteristics to them. All of our studies do. The first is quantitative data. And, so you really need that quantitative data in order to focus your efforts. It's still a very broad market, and you really need to understand which ones offer the best opportunities. And if you're going to build a product, make sure you go after that market. And then the second part is, one thing in cybersecurity is that we have lots of different people entering the market. I mean, there's IT suppliers, there's OT suppliers, there's automation companies, there's all kinds of different people. They all have different needs, different ways to attack that market. And one thing we provide in the reports is some strategic advice focused on the individual type of companies to try to help them figure out what's the best way to build a go-to-market strategy. So I think that's very important. And it's very important to do that if you try to get in the market.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, hey, Sid, I know we're running out of time here. I just wanted to say thanks again for the time today. A reminder to the audience, we've really built out a successful cybersecurity program here at ARC Advisory Group. And we almost dedicate a full day at our global forum to these cybersecurity case studies. So again, thanks a lot for the time today, Sid, and reach out to us if you have any questions, folks. Thanks. Talk to you later.
Bye-bye. Bye, everyone.